Hello guys, and welcome to this tutorial on inserting cells in Excel. What does it even mean to insert a cell in Excel? In Excel, it simply means to insert a space to your worksheet, whether it is an entire row, a single cell, or even an entire column, right? There are many reasons why you would want to do that. Some of the reasons include adding new entries without deleting old ones. If you want to insert calculations next to an existing data, right? Make space for notes, for totals, and for categories, right? And common use cases for inserting cells in Excel, adding new row for a new entry, inserting a column for calculations or for notes, and shifting data down or right without overwriting that data. You can shift your data, right? And one of the techniques of shifting your data is adding rows or adding columns. It can shift your data down, or you can shift your data to the right. Now let's look at that practically in Excel. Now there are many ways to do this. At the end of this video, I should be able to show you a shorter approach to doing this. But now, say we want to add a column between these two columns. You could come here, or any cell, just basically any cell, right? And then you right click, go to insert. You should see this pop-up will appear, and then are you trying to shift cells to the right? If you use shift cells to the right, let's see what happens when we do this. Can you see? Here we just add a new cell. This one just adds a new cell, right? So let's go to insert, let's see the other one. Now shift cells downwards. Can you see what happens? See what happens. This is creating just a single cell now, inserting just a single cell, right? Let's try now entire row. We want to shift the entire row. Now can you see we have a new row upwards? Then out of entire column, let's see what happens when we insert the entire column. Great. Now you see what this is, how to insert spaces into your Excel worksheet, and there might be reasons for that. Now let's say we want to calculate the cost of goods sold, right? Since this is the total sales and this is the profit, let's calculate the cost of goods sold. Now we know simply that we subtract profit from sales, we are going to have our cost of goods sold, right? So now let's do that. Now I want it to be between these two, right? So I'm going to right click here, go to insert, then an entire column. I want to insert an entire column. I want it to shift an entire column to the right. So we'll just call this cost of goods sold, and simply it will just be this cell, right, minus this cell. And then I have this, right? Then I just double click and then it does everything for me. Great. If you want to use our approach, you could just right click, insert, and then you have entire row, and then this goes an entire row down for you to insert your entry. Now the shortcut which I was going to show you actually, is just to use, instead of right clicking, if you're tired of the right clicking, just use Control and plus. That is Control Shift plus. This gives you this dialog box, and then you can just quickly add. Take that again, Control Shift plus. Forget this equal to. This equal to is showing you the button you're supposed to press, because the plus is found on the equal to, on top of the equal to button, right? So that's